Okay, guys, we are going to start right now. Today we have four students, Ingrid, Juan Sebastián, Kiara, and Samuel. Ingrid, Kiara, and Samuel are regular students, usual students, but today we have Juan Sebastián. Good morning, Juan Sebastián. How are you doing today?
Hello everyone, nice to meet everyone. I've been seeing all these videos you send me to the email with the team. It's time to talk. So I've been meeting you through the videos recorded on past sessions. So it's glad to be here and meet you everyone.
Okay, Juan Sebastián, but this is the first time. So this is the first time you are here.
Yeah, yeah, I've been through a lot of things in these times.
Okay, where do you live, Juan Sebastián?
Oof, in many places. Here at this moment,
No, but now, where do you
uh,
live now?
I'm El Agrado Huila.
Okay. And what do you do for living?
I'm teaching visual and plastic arts, and I'm a teacher, and
Okay,
I do
you're
my art research as well.
okay. Do you work with the university?
I I worked with the university in the past, but at the moment I'm working with the Secretaría de Educación.
You have a public employment.
What? Can you repeat it?
You have a public employment now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and are you an artist? I don't know. Do you paint or
Are you asking
no?
me if I'm an artist as well?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Do you
I'm study professional artist. I'm not a licenciado. I don't know how to say that in
bachelor?
English. Okay, I'm not a bachelor. I'm study the professional line of the arts. The arts.
But do you paint or do you make some sculptures? I don't know.
No, today the art. I do contemporary art today. The contemporary art works about the experience of the artist and how the artist can show this on a way, on his own way. So you can do it painting, photographing, sculpting, whatever technique. But usually I use installations. I use installations with integrated sensors. How do I say that? With sensors controlled by a mini computer called Arduino. Then I look to to create an experience for the person who came to the who
Okay,
come
so
to the exposition. Yeah,
everything has changed a lot, even
a
in
lot.
the arts. In the arts. Okay, Juan Sebastián, the final question. Why are you studying English?
Well, first one. Well, I like it. I need it. Um, I think this is the answers. I like it. I need it. Like it because you can, communicate every word, understand things that happen in right now that will affect us on a huge, bigger way. Um, like the economic movements, cryptocurrencies. Okay. There is a lot of things in English or information in English that is not easy to grab it in Spanish on or um, on our language. So I need it that for that reason as well. And I prepare as well to for the TOEFL exam.
Okay, thanks, Sebastian. Okay, guys, so we're going to start.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to, okay, welcome. I'm going to share my screen right now. Today we're going to start doing an exercise. This is a very simple exercise with some prepositions of time, especially 3 prepositions of time. We're going to work today with in, on, and at. Okay, we are going to study how to use these 3 prepositions of time, in, on, and at. Remember that in English, there are some strict rules in order to use each one of them. So we have to use in for specific cases, on for specific cases, and at for some specific cases. And we are going to start doing this exercise. We're going to complete this sentence, these 12 sentences, using one of these prepositions, okay? So we're going to start with Ingrid. Please, Ingrid, you are going to read the number 1, choosing the right preposition, okay?
Okay. Can you come on Monday?
On Monday. Okay, can you come on Monday? Number 2, Kiara.
It rains a lot in winter.
In winter. Okay, Juan Sebastian. Number 3.
My birthday is at the 6th.
May. Okay, number 4, Samuel.
I usually get up at 8:30.
Okay, Ingrid again. Number 5.
I will meet her in 2 months.
Kiara. Number 6.
We usually have lunch at 1.
Juan Sebastian. Number 8.
We have got English on Thursday.
Okay. Samuel. Number 8.
My grandfather died in 1987.
Okay, remember that when we find the year in English, we read the years by pairs, no? 1987, 1987. After the 21st century, it changed a lot. For example, let's see here. In years like this, by pairs. In years like this, by pairs, no? 20, 25. Okay? But years like this one, you usually say 2005, no? 2005. In years like this, 2005. But the usual way in order to say the years is by pair, no? 1987, 2025. Okay. Let's continue. Ingrid. Number 9.
Paul isn't here at the moment.
At the moment. Okay, number 10, Kiara.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Number 11, Juan Sebastian.
I will be back. No, I'm going to Italy in a week.
No. And number 12, Samuel.
Come and see us at Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Okay, we're going to check and 83%. Okay, so we have, let me see, two wrong. answers. This one, my birthday is at the 6th of May. And this one, come and see us at Christmas Day. The other answers were correct. So you say, can you come on Monday? And look at this. Here we're going to deduce one rule. In order to say the month, the days, here there is another example on Thursday. No? When we are going to, when we are talking about the days, we have to use the preposition on, no? On Monday, on Thursday, okay? We have here another rule. When we talk about the years, we use in 1987, in 2025, in 2024, in 1976, okay? Here, another one, in winter, when we talk about the seasons, no? Remember that in English we have in some European countries and in the United States, they have 4 seasons. Here in Colombia, we only have 2 seasons. In order to talk about the seasons, we use in, no? In, the preposition in, all the time. We never say in Monday, no? We never said that. We never said say on winter or at winter, never. Another one, another rule that we can deduce here, in order to say the time. When we are going to talk or we are going to say the time in English, we always use at, like this one, at 8:30, at 1. And let me see. This one, no more rules we can deduce. Okay, so we are going to check this picture, and here we are going to find the cases, the situations when we use each one of the prepositions. We are going to start with in. So we use in for the parts of the day. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, okay? In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, the parts of the day we use in. But we have a different one when we use night, no? Night is a part of the day, but it's different. When we talk about night or the word night, we use at. So you can say in the evening or you can say at night, okay? But you are not going to say in the night, no. At the evening, no, that's not correct, okay? So the parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, the month of the year, we use in February, in March, in June, in July, in August, in September. For the seasons, in the spring, in summer, in the fall, or in the autumn, remember that fall and autumn are the same, but we use, or British people use one of them and American people use the other one. In order to talk about the years, we use in 2013, for example. Or for the decades. When we talk about the decades, we say in the 1990s, in the 1980s, or we can say only in the 80s, in the 90s, okay? So these are the cases when we use the preposition in. So, for example, Kiara, when were you born? Tell me the month, only the month. Kiara, when were you born?
I born. Okay, I forget how can I say that. I born in July.
Okay. When I'm asking you when were you born, okay? And remember that you have to ask, or you have to answer. So you have to answer, I was born in the month, no? I was born in July, for example. I was born in February, okay? So Again, Kiara, when were you born?
And July 10th.
Okay. Wait a minute. Remember, only the month. Only the month.
Okay.
Because if you say here, the month, only the month, you use in. But look at this. If you say the month and the day, you don't use in. You have to use on. It's different. No? You have to take into account that. If you only say the month in, if you say the month and the day on. Okay. Ingrid, when were you born?
I was born only the month.
Yes.
I was born in January.
In January. Okay, me too. Juan Sebastian, when were you born?
I was born in November.
And Samuel, when were you born?
I was born in May.
Okay, now you are going to tell me the year. The year when you were born. Okay, the year. Kiara, when were you born?
I was born in 27.
Again, repeat, please.
Okay. It would be, I'm sorry, it would be like 207.
Okay, 207. Let me see.
2000.
Okay, that's right. Like this. This is the year, right? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so remember, here it's not common to say 27. No, 27, no. We say 2007. Okay, 2007. Ingrid, when were you born?
I was born on January 7, 1981.
Okay, you say the specific date, and that's okay. When you use the specific date, month, day, year, you
That
say
is 81.
okay, 81. So okay, so 1981. So remember, for example, I'm going to say I was born in January, no more, in January. Okay, I was born on January the 7th. If I'm going to say the month and the day, okay, I'm going to say only the year. I was born in 1981. Look at the difference. You have to use in, on, in order to say when you were born. It depends on what you are going to say. Only the month. I was born in January. I was born in 1981. I'm going to say the specific date. I was born on January the 7th. Okay, good. Juan Sebastian, when were you born?
I was born on November 20th of 1982.
1982. That's right?
Correct. That's right.
Okay. And remember here, when we talk about the days or the dates, no, specific date, we don't say 20, we just say 20th, okay? It's different, no? When I write the TH is 20, 20, only 20 is like this without TH. But if we are talking about the days, we have to add ETH, no? TH. For example, you don't say 21, no, you have to say 21st, okay, 21st. It's not the number, no? It's not the number. No es el número 21, sino es el día 21. Different. That's why when we say specific dates, we use the th here, depending on the number. No? For example, 20, 20, if it's 21st or 22nd or 23rd. No? It's different. Okay, and Samuel, when were you born, Samuel?
I was born in 2008.
2008. This one. Okay, good. Remember the year 1982, 2007, 1981, 2008. Sometimes you can hear in years like this, 2025, both ways. You can say 20, 25, or there are some cases where when people said 2025, and both are correct. Both are correct. But here, the last century, you don't listen. For example, 1900. No. You always you are always going to listen 1982. Okay? Let's continue. Now, when we use the preposition of time on, here we have the specific cases. In order to say the days of the week, no? On Sunday, on Wednesday, on Friday, on Tuesday, on Thursday, we say on. We don't have to think in Spanish when we are using these expressions. Because sometimes we think, okay, in Spanish we say en el lunes, o en febrero, en marzo, o el martes, o el miércoles. No, we don't have to think in Spanish. It's completely different in English. In English, we always say on, okay? On Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday. When we say, look at this, here, the part of the day in the morning. But when we say the part of the day and we say the day, both things, we have to use on Monday morning, on Tuesday afternoon, on Wednesday evening. Okay? It's different. I'm going to say only in the part of the day in the morning, but I'm going to say the part of the day and the day on Monday morning, on Sunday afternoon, on Saturday evening. In some expression like this, on my birthday, on a holiday, when we say the specific date, the month and the day, on a weekday and on the weekend. And here, we use on the weekend only for American people. American people say on the week. On the contrary, British people, they say at. They say at the weekend, okay? But you can say any of them. It doesn't matter. You can say on the weekend or you can say at the weekend. But you are listening to a British song, and you are going to listen at the weekend. You are listening to an American song, and you are going to listen on the weekend. Okay? But it doesn't matter. You can use any of them. And finally, why we use at in order to say at night, for time, to say the time in English, no? Remember, always you use at in order to say the time. At 10:30, at 11 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, at 9:05, the parts of the day, but these parts of the day, noon, midday, or midnight. Okay? In order to say at bedtime, these parts of the day, but this is not the regular one, not the common. For example, sunrise, sunset, when the sun appears, when the sun disappears, no? You use at. Here we have some examples. We use at for a specific time or holiday period. No? I wake up at 7 o'clock, share internet at midnight. Everyone seems happy at Christmas. Look at this. This one was one of the exercises with the previous exercises and what's incorrect. No? So we say at Christmas. At Christmas. On for days of the week, specific dates and dates. We will visit you on Wednesday. I return to my country on the 27th. Look at this, 27, because it's a day. We get together on Christmas Day. And look at the difference. When we say Christmas, it's a general idea, a holiday period, but when we say on a specific day, Christmas Day, only the day of Christmas, we have to use on, in, for month, for year, for seasons, for lengths or periods of time, no? In 20 minutes, in 10 minutes, in 2 weeks, in 4 months. For centuries, life was different in 15th century. In 15th century. Parts of the day, the difference, no? In the morning, in the afternoon, at night. On the part of the day, on Friday night, and Friday morning. Okay, so we can study when we use each one of these prepositions, but we have to practice it. That's the way how we improve the use of these prepositions of time doing exercises, and that's what we are going to do. We are going to do exercises using these prepositions. 1, 2, 3, this one, and we're going to continue with the exercises. We're going to start with a simple exercise. For example, this one. What do we use? This you have to identify what we are talking about, and you have to say in, on, or at. Ingrid.
On
first one.
Sunday.
Okay, remember the days of the day. On. Ingrid, continue.
In the evening.
Okay, continue.
At night.
At night. Okay, Kiara.
In the end of the week.
In.
In. Out.
That's not correct. You have two
What
more
would be?
options. On or at. What do you think? Yeah.
On the end of the day. Of the week.
At the end of the week. In order to say al principio o al final de algo, utilizamos at. At the end, at the beginning. At the end, at the beginning. Okay, next.
Okay.
Kiara.
In the afternoon.
Okay. And this one, Kiara.
On Monday morning.
On Monday morning. Good. Juan Sebastián. 5 to 12.
5 to 12. This is
Look at the picture. You are saying the time.
On 5 to 12.
Sorry,
No.
that's not the correct one.
At 5 to 12.
At, yes. To say the time in English, we always use at. February, Juan Sebastián, continue.
Yeah, on February, because there is the 14th, maybe.
No, look at the sentence. It's only the month.
Oh, okay. In
Okay,
February.
And this one?
In 2 minutes.
Yes, that's right. Samuel.
In 2018,
Okay. This one,
at the end of the year,
this one. Look at this, the day and the month
on 8th March.
on a March. Continue, someone. Christmas Day.
At Christmas Day.
Sorry. When we say only Christmas, yes, at Christmas. But here you're saying at Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day.
Okay, and the last one, winter.
In winter.
Yes, this is a season, and we use in for seasons. Okay, good. Okay, this one, we are going to see this exercise in sentences. Ingrid, let's start. Let me see how many sentences we have here. 15. Okay.
Yes.
Ingrid, this one. I'll see you.
I'll see you in the morning.
Next.
The meeting is on Tuesday.
Next.
I'll be there at 6 p.m.
And the last one.
The conference is, oh my God, in September.
Okay. Kiara, number 5.
We have a reservation on the 15th.
Number 6.
I will be back in a month.
That's right. Number 7.
The festival is at the weekend.
Yes, we have here, we have 2 options, in or at. Both of them are correct. Both of them are correct. And number 8. Yeah.
I will be finished the project in 2 weeks.
Okay, Juan Sebastian, number 9.
Okay, we have a test on Monday.
Number 10.
We'll be there at noon.
Number 11.
The sun rises.
This is a
At
little
the east.
different. Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
sun rises on the east. Oh.
Okay,
Why?
this one, we when we look at the picture, this case was not explained there, but here, in order to say the east, this is a cardinal point, no? East, west, eastern is in preposition in, okay?
Okay.
The last one, Juan Sebastian, number 12.
We'll be ready in 10 minutes.
Okay, and Samuel, we're going to do the 3 last sentences.
The store is closed on holidays.
On holidays, okay.
The meeting is on the 2nd of the month.
Yes, this is a specific date because it's the 2nd of the month. It means we don't say the month here, but it's the day number 2, no? And the last one.
I'll see you in the afternoon.
Okay, I'll see you in the afternoon. That's okay. Okay, so remember, we don't have to think in Spanish. We have to think in English. And when we think in English, we always have to take into account that, for example, we're talking about times at. We talk about month in. We talk about days on. Talk about parts of the day in the morning. Okay, this is, you can study the cases as we look at the picture, but it's better to practice, to keep on practicing, and you're going to understand and you're going to learn by heart without taking into account if it's a day, if it's a month. No, we're going to be simple. We're going to be more simple in order to understand that. I'm going to do another one, and then I'm going to ask you some questions, some personal questions. Look at this one, let me see. This one. Ingrid, let's start.
Where she plays football on Saturdays.
Okay, and remember, in English, the days of the week start with capital letter. Okay, the days of the day of the week in English always start with capital letter. Okay, Saturday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's always written with capital letter. Okay, next, Ingrid.
We danced tango in the 1920s.
Okay, this indicate 1920s, so in. Next, the bus.
The bus left at 10:05.
Okay. We go, get up. We go to the beach.
We go to the beach in summer.
Okay.
Where
Next.
were you on 31 July?
Okay. Okay. The answer is correct, but you made a mistake here. You don't say the 31, no, this you say the 31st. Okay, the
31st?
31st. Yes, the 31st. And this, the last one, yeah.
They will go away in Easter.
Okay, Easter. Juan Sebastián.
I drink a coffee in the morning.
Okay.
We saw the moon at midnight.
Okay, and this one.
They arrived on Friday evening.
Okay. And the last one, Sebastián. Juan Sebastián.
Okay. His bus.
BC.
He's busy. I will say in the moment or at the moment.
Okay. Choose one. In or at?
He's busy at.
Okay, at the moment. Okay, there was a mistake. This one. This one. This is not a season. This is a period of time. So here we don't say it. In. We say at, like Christmas. At Christmas, at Easter. Okay. And the other ones were correct. Okay. Then we're going to finish with this exercise. Samuel, is your turn. Spain.
Spain is beautiful in spring.
In spring. Okay. I like
studying at night.
Okay. Next.
Ask me again on 2 or 3 minutes.
In. Right. Yes. In 2 or 3 minutes. The period of time. In 2 months. In a week. Okay. So say in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Next. Ingrid.
What did you do On the weekend?
On the weekend. Remember here in this situation, you can say on or at, no problem. Next, Ingrid.
I often play tennis at the autumn.
Are you sure?
In the autumn. Sorry.
Okay, remember autumn is a season. This one,
Susan's birthday is on 20th June. 27th June.
7th June. Okay. If I'm going to say only the month, Susan's birthday is in June. Okay, but here we're saying the exact day. So in 27th June. Kiara, this one.
We go to the beach in summer.
Okay, easy. Next.
I will meet you at 4:15.
Yes, it's a time, no? 4:15. And this one, Kiara,
We have lessons on Friday morning.
on Friday morning. Okay, Juan Sebastian, look at this. This is a little different.
How to get this? On which day of the week? I will say, on which day of the week?
Okay. They are asking for the day, no? For the day. So the
Yes.
answer is going to be on Sunday, on Saturday. So that's correct. We have to ask the question on which day of the week have you got Spanish? And I'm going to explain something up here. Here we have the question, have you got? This have you got is the same as do you have? No, it's the same question. Okay. Have you got or do you have is the same question. Okay. Sometimes it's this expression, this structure is more used for British people, and this is more common to use for American people, but it's the same. And you can find have you got or do you have? For example, you can or I can ask you, have you got any children? Or do you have any children? Both of them are correct. Have you got any children or do you have any children? Okay, look at the difference in the structure, but the same meaning. It means the same. Both questions have the same meaning. Have you got any children? Do you have any children?
Okay.
It doesn't matter. So we say here, which this one. Next, Sebastian.
My parents usually go out at the evening.
At the evening, are you sure? You are using the evening.
In the evening.
Okay, in the
In the,
evening.
in the evening. Okay.
If I say night, we use at, but evening, in the evening. Okay. Samuel, we are talking about a month. So what do we use, in, on, or at?
On which month is the pop concert?
Yes. So, okay, now I'm going to ask you some questions for you. Let me see. I'm here and here. Kiara, we're going to start with you. Kiara, what time did you get up today?
I get up today at 7:00.
Okay, you answered appropriately, but there was one mistake. The question was, what time did you get up? Okay? And you say, I get up at the hour, I don't know, 6. Okay. What is the mistake here? Guys, look at the the question and the answer. What is the mistake? We are very good at finding mistakes. What is the mistake in this sentence?
I got up
Yes,
in
that's right.
past.
The question is in past. That's why we find did. Did is the auxiliary for past. So when we're going to answer that question, we have to use the verb get up, but in past. Got up, no? I got up at 6, and you are using the correct preposition at. That's right. Kiara, what time do you usually go to bed?
I usually go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Okay, that's right. In that question, we are using present, do. Okay, do you usually go to sleep? So I say, I go to sleep at. That's right. Here, the auxiliary of present and the verb is in present. That's correct. Okay. Ingrid, when is your birthday?
When?
When is your birthday?
My birthday is on January 7th.
7. Okay, Samuel, when is your birthday?
My birthday is in May 2.
Okay, you say May 2. There are,
May 2nd.
okay. There were 2 mistakes, now there is only one. If you're going to say the month, you say in May, that's all, and it's correct. But you're going to say the month and the day. And the day is not 2, no, it's the second. In May is the second. But when you say the month and the day, you don't say in, you say on. Okay?
Okay, teacher, sorry.
Okay, and you write like this, but when you speak, you say on May the 2nd. Okay? Juan Sebastian, when is your birthday?
My birthday is on November 20th.
20?
20th.
Ah, okay. And Kiara, when is your birthday?
On July 10th.
July 10th. Okay. Ingrid, when is Christmas night? When is Christmas night?
Christmas night is on 24th December.
Okay. It's, you can say 24 December, but it's more usual to say first the month and then the day. Okay.
Okay.
December the 24th. Okay. December the 24th. Okay. Juan Sebastian, when is the New Year's Day?
The New Year's Day is on January 1st.
Oh, okay, January the 1st. Okay. Kiara,
Yes.
what do you usually do in the mornings?
What I usually do?
In the mornings.
Well, I usually do yoga. That's the principle.
Okay. And at night, what do you do at
At
night?
night, I read a book.
Okay. Okay. So listen when I ask you the question. When I ask you the question, I am using the parts of the day, no, in the mornings, at night. it's different. No? In the mornings, at night. You have to take into account that. For example, if Kiara is going to answer the question, I usually do yoga in the mornings, no? And I usually read books at night. That's what you have to practice, how to say. When is no, Samuel? When is French love and friendship here in Colombia? When do we celebrate love and friendship here in Colombia?
That is in September.
Okay, only the month in September. Ingrid, when is Easter week or Holy Week? Or when was, because it's past.
Holy Week was, oh my God, in April?
I don't remember, but I think it was in April. That's right, in April.
But
Okay.
if I say mid-April, I have to use at?
When we say meet, like this,
Yes.
okay, the month in. But when we say meet, this is a specific time, so we say at. Okay.
Okay.
At. Okay. Juan Sebastian, do you know when do we celebrate the Language Day in Colombia?
No, I
No?
don't know when we celebrate it. No.
Okay, I'm going to help you in Spanish. Abril 23. So how do you say that in English?
Okay, we celebrate the Language Day on April 23rd.
Okay, remember the month of the year, April, and with capital letter. And this one, 23, it's not the 23, it's the 23rd. 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 Okay, that's right. Let's see what time is it. Okay, we're going to finish with the last exercise. Let's see what is the last one. Let's see what happens. This one. So I'm going to finish with this one, with a video. In English, we are going to see the differences between these three prepositions, in, on, at. But in, on have different meanings. The preposition in English have different meanings, in, on, out, different meanings. And here we're going to watch a video to share the sound. Let's see. Share this. Here we're going to look at the difference between only two prepositions, in and on, taking into account the transport media. Let's watch the video.
In the car or on the car? Dora? Cora. Use in for vehicles where you sit inside and you cannot stand up and walk around. I'm in the car. I'm in a van. I'm in a truck. I'm in a helicopter. Use on for big vehicles where you can walk inside. I'm on a bus. I'm on the train. I'm on the ferry. I'm on the plane. Also use on for vehicles where you ride on top of. I'm on my bike. I'm on a skateboard. I'm on a surfboard. Man, that's so simple. Thanks, Cora. It is. Goodbye, friends.
Okay, so when we compare English with other languages, for example, in Spanish, we say in Spanish it's easier because we say en carro, en moto, en avión, en buseta. We always use en. But in this case, English is more difficult because you have to take into account if the vehicle you are using,
car or on the
transport
car.
you are using,
Dora, use
you
in
can
for
you can walk inside the car, no? If you can walk inside the transport media, you use one preposition. If you can't walk inside the car, the vehicle, the transport media, you use another preposition. Okay, we are going to see for the last time this.
Dora. Cora, use in for vehicles where you sit inside and you cannot stand up and walk around. I'm in the car. I'm in a van. I'm in a truck. I'm in a helicopter. Use on.
Okay, so in where you can sit and you can't walk, no? You can walk in a car, in a truck, in a bus. And you use
For big vehicles
for big
where
vehicles.
you can walk inside.
And there you can walk inside.
I'm on a bus. I'm on the train. I'm on the ferry. I'm on the plane. Also use on for
Okay, and there is a plus here. We use on for vehicles where we can stay on, no? Be on them.
vehicles where you ride on top of. I'm on my bike. I'm on a skateboard. I'm on a surfboard. Man, that's so simple. Thanks, Cora. It
Yes. So when you are going to make a sentence and you are going to use the transport media, you have to take into account. If you are going to say, for example, a bus, and car, no? I'm going to complete these sentences with one of the prepositions you have to take into account. If the vehicle or the transport media that you can walk or you can't walk. So here you can walk, so you say on a bus. Here you can't walk, so you say on a bus. In these special cases, the English is more difficult than Spanish, no? But sometimes it's easier. Okay, did you understand everything about the use of these prepositions, guys? Is it clear for you?
Dear teacher,
And
just
okay,
practice.
and as I have said before previously, you have to practice. That's the way, because we can study when we use in, when we use on, when we use at. But in real language, it's easier to use when you practice a lot, like with exercises like the ones we do here. Eso es. O sea, nosotros podemos estudiar los casos, pero pues en la realidad, o sea, uno lo aprende y se vuelve algo mecánico es cuando nosotros practicamos y practicamos y hacemos ejercicios. Ya se vuelve algo mecánico, ¿no? No estamos pensando, es una parte del día, o es un mes, o es el día exacto, o es una estación, no, ya algo práctico. Vamos a decir verano in summer. Vamos a decir la tarde in the afternoon. O sea, algo ya más mecánico. Okay, guys, so that's all for today. See you next Thursday, or I can say I'll see you on Thursday, okay? Because it's a day on Thursday at 7 p.m. That's all for today. Have a good lunch. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Everybody.
Bye.